Kenna, and hello lovelies. Okay, first of all, my voice is definitely not loud enough. Second of all, I'm very sinusy because I'm a little sick. Third of all, I know there's a crater on my face, but stop looking at it, okay? Anyways, Kenna and her sisters and I went to a concert. But yeah, so I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys a little bit about the whole concert experience. So, some things I can't say because it's just like, you know, personal, I guess. But McKenna and her two older sisters and I went to and we saw In Flames, All That Remains. And we were supposed to see All Hail the Yeti, but they ended up like not being there, so we saw Convalescence, I think is the name of the band. Not too sure, but they like, it seemed like they kind of like came through and like filled in at the last second because they weren't on the tour. So I don't know what happened to the other band, never really looked it up, kind of just went with it, you know what I mean? And Convalescence was amazing, but if that's their name. Anyways, so we went and we had the VIP, so we got down there about, I'm saying down, but I don't really know, like over there, I guess, at like 4, and we waited until like 5 to go get in line to go to the VIP part, and then we got in, got our like wristbands and stuff, and then we waited for a little bit with like other people in VIP in this like little like room that was like, I feel like it was a bar at one point, but I feel like it's sort of not functioning now, not sure, but yeah. Anyway, so we're all chilling, and then we got to meet In Flames, and they were super nice, and we did a Q&A with them, which was kind of awkward, but it's fine, because I'm not, like, we're, like, fans of them, but, like, not, like, intensely crazy fans, like McKenna and I are with Panic, where, like, I guess even though that, yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, if you listen to their music and enjoy their songs, you're a fan, but, like, we're not, like, super fans. I don't want to say fangirl, because fangirls, like, are psychos. Anyway, we're, like, they, like, know your social security number. Anyway, so I asked, 2 questions. I asked, oh my god, what was the first question I asked them? Hold on. Oh, what was their favorite song to perform live? And they said it depends, like, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but they said it just kind of depends on the night and, like, the crowd and, like, what the crowd is vibing. Sorry. Anyway, I just put up the armrest. And then, they kept like talking and stuff, and then I asked one more question because I just like was dying to know, because these stories like crack me up. I asked them what their craziest fan encounter has been, and the one guy, oh my gosh, he said like somebody like went to his parents' house or sent a letter to his parents' house. Oh my god, I can't remember, I'm mixing it up with another story. But yeah, he said it was super weird. He said it was really, you know, uncomfortable. Then, oh, what's the other guy say? I can't really remember because it was all just a blur, and that night was so fun, and I'm kind of sick right now, so I have like foggy brain. But anyway, so we did that, and we originally had thought that the VIP ticket was to meet every single band, so that's why we originally purchased them, because like we wanted to meet All That Remains again, because I know I've never told the stories on my channel, but I'm gonna link McKenna's video where we talk about like how the whole thing with All That Remains started. But basically, we met them last August when it was like the band, and we actually got to meet Ollie, which was amazing, and I'm gonna forever cherish that because you may know that he passed away. But we were lucky enough to meet him at like this like kind of like, I'm gonna call it like a self-help like oh my god, Warped Tour type deal, like, but that's not what it was. I don't really know how to describe it, and I don't want to go into full detail as to what it was. So we were gonna get food, and we turn, and I see Ollie like going to, he's like walking by, and I wasn't sure if he was gonna get food or not. I feel like he was going to, but I don't know, or like beer or something. Anyway, and we were like kind of talking, kind of trying to figure out the plan, whether we wanted to leave or stay and get some food. And he like looked toward me, and I like smiled, and I like went like that because I was like, oh wow, they were like really good. And the venue was like not equipped for not equipped for All That Remains type of music, we'll say, because it's typically different genre type people, like, I don't know, not hardcore rock, we'll say that. Throat bubble. Anyway, so I like, oh man, this is a long video. Anyway, I like waved at him, and then he walked over, and I was like, oh cool, and I like kind of nudged McKenna, and like McKenna, before I nudged her, noticed that he was coming over too, and then her older sisters did as well, and then no, her older sister's fiance wasn't there. I was trying to think. Ooh, wait, was he? Hold on. Yeah, no, he was. Oh my god, I don't know why I can't remember. Anyways, he was there, and this is why I'm remembering the thing now. It was in August. Okay, give me a minute. It was a while ago. Anyway, and so it was me, McKenna, her two older sisters, and then her soon-to-be brother-in-law, and so her sister's fiance, and then he like we were all talking, and it was Ollie, and then Ollie had like walked up to us, and then walked up to like saw me and then walked up to all of us. There we go. I'm not trying to like steal the thunder or anything. He talked to all of us. And then a photographer came with him, and I cannot remember the photographer's name. I don't know if he actually said it in the conversation. I don't really remember, but I want to follow him on Instagram like we all do, but none of us got his name, and I was gonna ask them when we freaking met them again last Thursday, but I forgot. Darn it. I don't know if they'd remember. I think the one guy, Aaron, would remember, or maybe Phil, but I don't know. I mean, okay, maybe Mike or like Jason would, but yeah, obviously knew Jason wouldn't because he just got into the band. But yeah, but anyway, I don't know. Anyways, so we were like talking with them, and we literally just like had the most down-to-earth, coolest conversation I've had in a long time with like complete strangers. And the famous like factor was there, but at the same time, because we weren't really fans, or like, I'm gonna say this like kind of lightly, like we weren't like super into All That Remains, if that makes sense, but we went and saw them because we were like, heck yeah, like this is so cool that like this venue is hosting this type of band. Did y'all see that? Anyway, sorry. Anyways, so we weren't like super into them, like super fans, like we knew probably like 4 of their songs, like we knew like This Calling because that's like their big one. I think I knew This Probably Won't End Well. I'm not really sure about McKenna and her sisters. And then we all pretty much knew 2 weeks for the most part. And by that I mean I just know the chorus, but they did more research, if that makes sense. So anyway, so we had seen the concert, and we like, I told you a second ago, I'm kind of getting all over the place right now because I'm like not focusing very well. Anyways, they kept having problems with their microphones, so when Phil was singing, the mic kept cutting out, and the rest of the band kept playing, but you could tell it was annoying them, and it happened like probably 5 times, and that is so frustrating for a band. Like, that's frustrating in general, like when you're at like any event, whether the venue be big or not, or like how professional I guess the venue is. Like, it could be like, you know, I don't know, like a talent show or something, and if the microphone goes out, it's super annoying, right? Okay, anyways. But like for a thing like that, when it's supposed to be like able to, you know, withstand like amps and everything, and like bass, and like, I don't know, it was just very annoying that like the power couldn't handle it. So they did an amazing job, and like a lot of the crowd wasn't really getting into it because, again, it wasn't like a rock crowd. People just like get the tickets to go to these things, and they're like, oh, we'll check it out to like to support the venue. So anyway, which is great. The crowd was like kind of annoying, and security was crazy, so not many people were rocking out, but like the 4 of us, and 5 of us, sorry, I keep forgetting that other person was there, McKenna's soon-to-be brother-in-law. Anyway, I kept forgetting he was there, and I don't know why, but we like were rocking out and like, you know, going like this, and like, you know, pumping our fists and going like number 1 type thing. And like, it was kind of frustrating because not a lot of people were getting into it, and like not a lot of people were singing along. There were dudes behind us who were really into it, and I remember they were so nice. And then the set was over after half an hour, and I feel like it was only like 20 minutes because they ended it, and like we were like screaming like encore, like us and the other guys, and like a lot of people in the section we were at. And by the way, this entire venue's outside. That's a very important detail. Anyway, and so they were like starting to like, the lights were still on the stage, but they were starting to shut them off, and I was like, is this happening? And then a guy came on, and like the main lights, I guess, on the stage turned on, like the brighter lights, not like the concert show lights, if that makes sense. And he started unplugging all the like amps and the guitars, and I was like, they're actually done. And the guy behind us was like, that was the quickest concert of my life. And I was like, man. And I was like, it's probably because this crowd sucks, you know? Because I don't know if they typically do encores at that type of venue, but yeah. Anyway, do they typically do encores? I don't know. Anyways, maybe if they're the headliner, they do. Anyway, I'm not really sure, though, how that works. I know it's different for each band. So that's why, like, when I saw Ollie and he, like, smiled and came over to us, we were all like, oh my god, like, we have to tell him, like, because I feel like, I'm pretty sure this happened, maybe I'm hallucinating, but McKenna's oldest sister was like, oh, I want to tell him, like, how good they did. And so, want to tell him how good they all did. Yeah, okay. I'm wording things weird. So he came over and we were talking with him, and then the photographer came up and we were talking with him too, and we had, like, the most down-to-earth conversation, like I was saying, like, we talked about music that he likes. Like, we told him, like, you guys did an amazing job. And I said to him, I was like, it was very frustrating that the mic kept going out, but I was like, you guys, you know, you played it off well and you kept going. And like the crowd, actually, I noticed when the music was going out, we were like singing along, and I was like, I don't know if the whole crowd was, but, and Ollie was like, yeah, we noticed that too. And he's like, you know, you just got to play through it. So Ollie was talking about that, and he was like, no, we really appreciate that feedback, you know, because it's like, sometimes the crowd is into the music and sometimes they're not. And I told him, I was like, I'm not trying to like be rude to the people here, but like typically they're not into that type of music. And he was like, oh, okay. And I told him like the genre that normally plays at this venue, and he was like, that makes so much sense. And I was like, and the security was being annoying because they freaking made me put my backpack back in the car. And he was like, why? And I was like, I don't know, I only had water in it, but whatever. And then we told him like only drawstrings are allowed, and he's like, that seems way more dangerous. And I was like, thank you, I agree. And then the photographer guy was like talking too, that they were gonna they wanted him to take off his spiky bracelet, and he was like, I've been wearing this since I was like 13, like I'm like a punk rock fan, like I'm not taking it off, and I'm just taking pictures, it's fine. He's like, I'm not gonna go mosh in the crowd and hit someone in the face with it. So we had that conversation, then we went to walk away, and we saw the other two guitarists and talked to them, and then he ended up giving us free tickets. And I'm gonna make this really quick because McKenna has this story in her other video, so I'm gonna like include that part. I just wanted to talk about the Ollie part real quick. Anyways, so he was like, it was just Aaron and Mike that gave us the free tickets, like, because Ollie had walked away. And so then we go like the next week, because they were in Michigan again, so that's why he gave us the free tickets. So we go back we go to the venue for that the next week, and we were kind of nervous at first because the lady said we weren't on the guest list, but she, as in McKenna's oldest sister, ended up finding the guy, and he was like, yeah, like, they're good, so it was perfect. And he was like, you guys all set? And we were like, yeah, and we were like, so good to see you again. So then for that concert, oh, by the way, going back, for that other concert, the first time, we did meet and greet because we wanted to tell him that it was such an amazing show, so we told him then, and then we also saw Ollie and Aaron and Mike after that, if that makes sense. So anyways, there we go. Yeah, so the four of us got free tickets because, I don't know if I can say their names. McKenna's sister's fiance had walked away because someone he knew was at this place, and he like went to talk to them, so the two guitarists were only talking to the four of us, if that makes sense. So he was in the conversation with Ollie and the photographer, but not for the other two, if that makes sense. So anyways, so we go to the venue, the four of us, and we saw the concert. They did freaking amazing. It was so crazy comparing the crowd that's not typically into rock to the crowd that is fully rock and there for them. And I don't actually remember who was on the tour with them. Hold on. It was okay, wait, I remember. It was Gears, and then it was Eye on Attraction, which they're really good. Upon a Burning Body, which they were amazing, and I would love to see them again. They were so good. Oh my god. And then All That Remains, and they were freaking amazing too. So like, they brought the house down. Like, that whole crowd was so into it. The venue was perfect. It was set up amazing. So we did meet and greet again at that concert back in August, the second one. And we were like, thank you guys so much. You were amazing. It is so crazy to like see you performing where the whole crowd is like so in love with the music and the vibe and like wants to be there, compared to the crappy venue outside where like, you know, the security is ridiculous and unreasonable. And they were like, yeah, they were like, we're so glad you guys came, like, we really appreciate it. We were like, of course. And they were like, thanks for making the drive, because like we live far away from every single venue ever. But yeah, so they were super nice. And then we got posters, that's what you do, and then we got a picture with them, and they were all so nice. And I even remember asking Ollie, can you write this to my brother? And he did. And then Aaron, he put a heart next to my name, or next to his name. Hello, we have the same name, it's fine. When he signed his signature, there we go. He put a heart next to it, and I was like, what? You put a heart? And he's like, yeah, I did a heart for all you girls. And we were like, well, you know, when you're in Michigan again, we want to see you. So then we, like everything that happened with the band, you know, they lost Ollie tragically, and then they gained another Jason, and it's so confusing. And then we saw that they were gonna tour, and we were like, okay, we really want to go, not only because we like want to support them, but because like, you know, want to like support the band with like the fact that they're like still going and still continuing on music in Ollie's honor, because that's amazing, and that's really hard to do, because it's got to be like horrible to lose a friend like that, you know, basically brother. Anyways, So, we go to the venue and we met In Flames. We were like, oh, oops, like, we thought it was for all the bands. But then, it was cool because we got to wait inside and it was freezing last Thursday. Like, so cold, like, to the bone cold, like 9 degrees out. Anyway, probably why I'm sick. So, we got to go to the car, and, they meaning, McKenna, I think, and her sister. Yes, it was McKenna and her sister, because I stayed with her oldest sister. They took the posters and like the VIP passes to the car because we didn't want to like hold on to them the whole concert. And by the way, meet and greet is before for when you get the VIP tickets. Anyway, and we saw the whole like merch room, and I was like, let's go look. And she was like, okay. And I was like, I really hope that they have meet and greet for All That Remains. Like, I feel so bad that we didn't realize it was just like the one band, but it was amazing to meet them. We were like, yeah, we meaning like she and I. And so I was like, hey, look at the table. And she's like, yeah. I was like, they have a little white piece of paper stuck to it. She's like, oh my god, oh my god. She's like, we have to go read it. So we go up there, and it had like some crazy like details for like buy a shirt, it's this much, buy a VIP and a shirt, it's this much, spend this much. And I was like, math. But anyway, I was like, oh, they have it. So of course we're pulling out our money and we're like, we gotta. And then McKenna and her other sister come back and we're like, they have VIP, and they're like, oh, we're getting it. So we get in line and we all four got matching long sleeve shirts. They did that, and it was amazing. And we were up front for Convalescence and All That Remains, and we stayed up front. And McKenna actually, I don't want to steal her thunder, but she got something from the band. They like personally put it in her hand, like Phil. And then her oldest sister got the set list, and Phil like shoved that into her hand. And also he freaking recognized us because he was singing like the opening song, and he came over and like was singing like to the left side. Well, to him it'd be right, but anyways, the left side of like the crowd where we were in the very front ish. And we're like second row from the gate. Anyways, and so he was like kind of pointing towards us, and then he was like pointing to all four of us, and he was like, yeah, like he remembered us. And I was like, that did not just happen, I'm dying. And I was like, how the heck does he remember us? That's crazy. But it's like, you know, you make impacts on people's lives, and that's like amazing. And he impacted us so well, and I think, or so much, so I think like us telling him how amazing they were at that first show really like, you know, hit home with them, because they felt like they did a crappy job. But we were like, heck no, the crowd sucks. And I'm not trying to like toot my own horn here or be like, we're famous, but like, you know, I don't know, you just ever have those moments where you just connect with someone that's a total stranger, like famous or not. So, oh yeah, so he pointed to us, and then they added another song to the set list, and we were like so freaking excited, because at the show in August, they played What If I Was Nothing, which is the song they added, and Phil sang it to McKenna's oldest sister. Like, he grabbed her hand in the crowd and like sang it to her and with her, and it was so crazy. I was like, he is serenading you. There's the video of that on my channel. I did not get the freaking video this time of him pointing to us or like recognizing us, but I did get them playing What If I Was Nothing, because I was like, I have to. Anyway, and I didn't get footage of them him handing McKenna and McKenna's oldest sister the set list, and then this like other thing. But yeah, and also her second oldest sister got a guitar pick, which was so cool. She had like accidentally stepped on it and was like, what is under my foot? Why is everyone looking around? Oh hey, I think I found the guitar pick. It was cool. We did meet and greet again. They were like, oh my god, it's so good to see you. And Mike was like, hey, we know you guys. And Aaron was like, oh my god, what's up? And Phil said, what did Phil say? I can't remember. He was like, oh, good to see you again. And so did Jason, the drummer. And then Jason, the guitarist, like, doesn't really know us, but it's fine. I was like, I'm sure they'll fill him in. It'll be great. And I was like, wow, kind of bold of me to think that they'll talk about us after this, but whatever. Anyway, and I did, like, a hair flip, and McKenna and her sister's, like, dying laughing, because we're just, like, I don't know, I love when we hang out and we go to concerts and we just, like, crack up laughing the whole night and have, like, the time of our lives. It is amazing. So yeah, so it was really cool that they not only like remembered us like on stage, but they remembered us in the meet and greet. And then I got posters again, and they signed their names. And I jokingly was saying to Jason, the drummer, I was like, just sign it across your face. And so he did. And then Aaron was like next to him, and he was like, oh yeah. And I was like, gonna give yourself a mustache or something, or some glasses? And he's like, yeah. So this is what the new poster looks like. First of all, here's the glasses he drew, and here's like over his face. And yeah, and Jason, the new guy, is so freaking nice. So is the other Jason, and Aaron and Mike and Phil. They're all so nice. But yeah, so it was just so cool. And it was like, you know, like they really genuinely care about their fans and like love their fans. You know what I mean? And we were like, you guys are amazing. They were like, honestly, we want to see you like every time you guys come. And they were like, thanks. So yeah, and I don't know, it's just really cool. Oh, and I like awkwardly started to walk away with this poster in my hand, and Phil was still signing his name, and I was like, oh my god, sorry. I was like, I'm like too excited right now and like not paying attention. I was like, I didn't realize that you weren't done signing your name. He's like, no, you're fine. And I was like, can I have a hug? It's like so good to see you guys again. He was like, yeah, of course. So he hugged me, and I was like, never showering again. Kidding. But I was like, thanks so much. And I was like, seriously, you guys put on an amazing show, and it's so good to see you again. They're like, we're so excited to like see you guys again, because you know, like fans that continuously come see us like help us know that like we're doing the right thing, and like, you know, we still rock. And I was like, of course you guys do. But yeah, that might not have been the full conversation or the exact words, but basically. But yeah, so anyways, All That Remains is freaking amazing. In Flames was sweet too, and I don't know, so was Convalescence. To All That Remains, there's no chance you're watching this, but if you are, you guys are awesome, and seriously, thank you for what you do, and like, never stop making music, because you guys are great. Anyways, and thank you for everything. I have to cough. Anyways, goodness. Thank you, lovelies, for watching. It has been an honor to tell my story. I really do appreciate all you guys' love on my channel. And like I said, I'm going to keep trying to keep going. But yeah, so until next time, don't know when it'll be. But yeah, I need to go take off my makeup and go to bed. Signing off. Okay, goodbye.